Kyaakyaa vs ギャーギャー。
I've been explaining in order, starting with softer speaking voices, but today we're moving on to onomatopoeia for louder speaking voices. Some of you may have seen the two onomatopoeia we'll cover today in or outside of speech bubbles in manga. These two are fairly common and can be heard outside of manga as well, so take this opportunity to master them.
Kyaakyaa, Gyaagyaa.
On this channel, I, as a native Japanese speaker, share tips that may help you in your Japanese learning by highlighting common mistakes I often encounter when talking with Japanese learners. Please subscribe to the channel to increase your practice opportunities. Let's first talk about the common points of these two onomatopoeia,
Kyaakyaa
and
Gyaagyaa.
Both of them can express the image of loud shouting or a noisy commotion, as if someone is yelling. They are used to describe voices that accompany strong emotions such as excitement, surprise, or fear. Both also give an impression of being somewhat jarring to the ears, or suggest a slightly chaotic situation. It can be used to describe the situation of one person shouting loudly, as well as a group of people yelling together. It is used in a wide range of scenes, regardless of age, such as children's play, voices of surprise, or situations where adults are excited and making a commotion. Next, let's dive deeper into the differences between them.
Kyaakyaa
is an onomatopoeic expression that represents a high-pitched, joyful noise. It is typically used in situations where emotions like happiness, excitement, and fun are involved. For example, it's often heard when children laugh while playing or when young women are being lively and excited. This expression perfectly conveys the positive emotions and the cheerful atmosphere around them. Also, when people refer to
黄色い線
they are usually referring to this type of lively and excited.
Kyaakyaa
Since we're at it, let's also delve into some derivative onomatopoeic expressions of
Kyaakyaa
and explore the differences between them. While
Kyaakyaa
generally has the meaning described above, when
キャ
is used alone, it can refer not only to
黄色い線
but also to a scream or a cry of fear in some cases. You may also come across the word
キャ
which is even shorter and expresses a lighter sense of surprise or embarrassment. And
キャ
is quieter in terms of volume compared to
キャーキャー
or
キャ
there is also the onomatopoeia,
キャッキャ
while it is very similar to
キャーキャーキャッキャ
has a more adorable quality. It conveys a lighter, smaller, and cuter impression of a voice compared to
キャーキャー
on the other hand,
ギャーギャー
mainly describes people making a loud noise, often accompanied by confusion, complaints, or fear. It's typically associated with negative emotions such as frustration, dissatisfaction, panic, or terror. You might hear it when children are crying and screaming or when adults raise their voices in anger. There are also derivative onomatopoeic expressions of
ギャーギャーギャー
represents a scream, just like
キャー
but it conveys a lower and deeper voice compared to
キャーギャー
expresses a shorter scream than
ギャー
and unlike
キャ
it is not a small voice. As for the derivatives of
キャーキャー
you rarely see
ギャッギャ
that's not to say it doesn't exist. Writers, for example, often create new onomatopoeia in novels or other literary works. If anything,
ギャッギャ
might occasionally be used to describe the cries of animals. Let's go over the table together. Some of the differences might be hard to grasp, right? Practice listening carefully to tell them apart. Also, if you're someone who often gets corrected by Japanese speakers on the pronunciation of K and G, I've explained how to pronounce them near the end of the video shown in the thumbnail. Be sure to check it out. Now, let's begin practicing the pronunciation.
キャーキャーギャーギャーキャギャーキャギャキャッキャギャッギャキャーキャーキャッキャキャキャギャーギャーギャッギャギャーギャ
Let's take a look at some example sentences. This time, we'll focus only on
キャーキャー
and
ギャーギャー空港でキャーキャー言う声がどんどん迫ってきたので振り返ったら K-POP アイドルがファンに追いかけられていました。
公園で子供たちがキャーキャー走り回っています。
彼女はお化け屋敷の中でキャーキャーと悲鳴を上げ、怖がっていました。
隣の車両にギャーギャー泣いている赤ちゃんがいますね。どうしたのかな？
列に並ばないことを咎められて、ギャーギャーと逆ギレする人を見ました。
夜中だというのに、隣の部屋からギャーギャーと口論する声が聞こえる。
Now, let's move on to the quiz time. This time, instead of choosing which onomatopoeia to use, just determine whether the expression can be described with
キャーキャー
or
ギャーギャー。
1問目。
The dog wagged its tail and let out a happy little bark.
Match or not match?
The answer is
Not match.
犬は尻尾を振りながら嬉しそうに軽く鳴いた。キャーキャー
is too late for a dog's bark, and
ギャーギャー。
is too loud and frantic, so they don't match.
2問目。
The moment he stepped on stage, the venue was filled with high-pitched cheers.
Match or not match?
The answer is
Match.
彼がステージに上がった途端、会場はキャーキャーという声援に包まれた。
High-pitched cheers corresponds to
キャーキャー。
3問目。
She suddenly broke into soft sobs.
match or not match?
The answer is
Not match.
彼女は突然、静かにすすり泣き始めました。
Crying quietly does not match the volume of the two onomatopoeias in this case.
4問目。
A while ago, there was a person who made headlines for shouting and causing a scene on the plane just because things weren't going their way.
Match or not match?
The answer is
Match.
少し前に自分の思い通りにいかないからと機内でギャーギャーとわめき散らして報道された人がいましたね。
This is a situation where
ギャーギャー
applies, as the person is causing a commotion and shouting loudly.
今日はこれで終わりです。今回の結果はいかがでしたか？皆さんの日本語学習のお役に立てれば幸いです。
And that's all for today's exercise. How did today's results stack up for you? Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.